All right, thank you everybody for joining us, for joining this yoga class. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we're gonna sit up. You can put something underneath your hips if you want. If that doesn't comfortable, you can sit on a chair, you can lay down on your mat. We're just gonna go ahead and get grounded and centered, all right? The easiest way to do that is to, of course, to slow down and to come to your breath. So you can bring your hands to your knees. You can bring them together in a mudra you may know, that you may like. And let's close our eyes. I want you to bring your shoulder blades down the back, open up the heart space. And it should feel like a regal posture. And then we're going to bring our awareness to our breath. So I want to bring in nice, slow inhales. Nice, relaxing, slow exhales.
David, come look at the fan.
And I'm going to go ahead and have you put on mute if you haven't yet. Lower left-hand corner. You can unmute when you want. So again, the theme for this yoga session today is how to really know in your body how it feels to be grounded and centered. So let's just do an experiment. So with your eyes closed, I want you to take with your awareness in your mind, I want you to take your awareness out into the world and think about what's happening out in the world right now. And some of the chaos that's happening, some of the unknown, and you're aware of all this stuff going on. And then I want you to bring awareness to how does that feel in your body? So I know for me, I get tension in my chest like none other. So now let's let that awareness go. And let's come back to our breath and to our position of majestic and regal. And then we're going to slow our breath down. So we have nice, long, slow inhales. Nice releasing exhales. Anything that you feel tension, just let it go on the exhales. So visualize on the inhale that in-breath of beautiful light nurturing your whole body. And then on the exhale, you're going to release any tension, anything that you don't need to hold on to. So you're breathing in that life force, vitality. And on the exhale, letting go of all that you don't need. Now really get an awareness of how does this feel in your body as you bring your life force energy just totally centered in yourself. Good. So as we go through the yoga class, I'll say, take a cleansing breath, find that grounded, centered place. And this is where you're going to go to. Good. And slowly open your eyes. And right from here, I'm going to come out of here. Let's take a breath in and just take our hands and come forward. Now I want you to keep your face relaxed, your neck relaxed, and feel that opening up in the back. And still keeping the awareness on your breath, nice slow inhales, releasing exhales. So you can go a little further down on each exhale. Bring your fingers out a little more if you want. Good, and then come up to sitting. So we're gonna move our spine, and we can do this as when you're watching a TV show if you want. I was gonna say watching the Broncos, well, maybe in the future. Anyway, so we're gonna bring one hand down. We're gonna lift the other hand up. Inhale and exhale over. And we're gonna aim the hand one way, and the hip is gonna aim towards the floor. And we're gonna take a few breaths here. And on the exhale, see if you can relax over even more. So we're opening up that rib cage on that side. We're opening up the spine on that side.
Gracias, gracias. Gracias. Perdón, gracias.
Good, and release. And Marta, I'm gonna have you go ahead and mute the thing on the bottom left-hand side. And then you don't have to worry if you make any fart noises or anything, okay? Other side. So bring the other hand down, lift the other hand really far up and then over. And really open up. So we're gonna get that QL, which oftentimes causes a lot of back pain. So we're gonna open up this rib cage, that side of the spine, and we're stretching the quadratus lumborum, which is, so anytime you bring space between your hip and your rib cage, you're opening that up, the QL, helping your low back. Good, and come down. So we went side to side, forward. Now let's open up the front of the spine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our hands, clasp them behind you, bring them back, open up the heart space and look up. And that should feel really good, a nice heart opener. Now, so the breaths are gonna be a little bit more shallow, but it should feel really good. And from here, let's do a forward bend. So we're gonna come forward, opening up the chest, opening up the shoulders, wherever you are today. Okay, so you don't wanna hurt yourself, but wherever you are today, opening up the shoulders. And then come back up. And just so you know, this is the antidote to being on the phone. Okay, so we're all like this on the phone. So we're crunching up through here, elongating and hurting our backs. So whenever you're waiting for your toast to get done, whatever to heat up, go ahead and open up this chest space, because it's really important in the way we live right now. Good, so now let's go ahead and bring one leg out. The other leg comes in, however it works for you. And I'm gonna check a couple people here. All right. And again, unmute if you have any questions. So now we're gonna go ahead and open up the aspects of our legs that help or hinder our lower back. And that's the front of the legs, the sides of the legs, the inner legs, and the back. So all aspects of our legs affect our pelvis. So here we're gonna go ahead with a flat back. Just slowly go down your leg and feel that opening up in the lower back, feel the opening up of the leg. So wherever you are today, and then I want you to make sure your face is relaxed. And bring that awareness and centeredness to the area that you feel most opening. So I did this earlier, it was my hamstrings. Right now it feels like it's my lower back that wants to open and release. So we're gonna take a few breaths here. Just those nice, grounded, even breathing where the exhales release. So release ever so slightly, and then we're gonna come back down again. I hope this feels like this is simple, easy things you can remember to do on a daily basis. If you're trying to say, I need to get grounded, I need to get centered. Good. And come back up. And then we're going to go ahead and bring this leg up and over to the opposite side. And we're going to do a twist. So now we're going to open up the side of the body, the side up leg. And I'm going to kickstand that arm down, lift up the arm with the leg that is longest, and then we're going to reach around, or you can hug this knee. I like to hug the knee a little bit. I can feel more of the IT band opening. So yes, and then we're going to, as you inhale, lift up. As you exhale, twist ever so slightly, and it may just be energetically. So feel that opening. Exhales, release. Twists are also really good to massage your inner organs. They clear heat out of the body. Good. One more inhale up. And exhale over. Good. And then release. Bring the other leg down. Bring this other foot into the inner thigh, or wherever it's going to be today for you. Lift up and exhale ever so slowly down that leg. Right? Keep your face relaxed, your jaw relaxed. Bring your mind's awareness to that area of your body that's opening and releasing. So inhale that life force vitality. Exhale and release. And you'll find your mind will wander, and the magic moment that your awareness goes, wow, I'm thinking of tonight's dinner. That's the magic moment that you come back into your body, into what we're working on right now with this stretching. One more inhale. And exhale down, and then inhale back up. We're going to take that bended knee and bring it over to the other side. We're going to twist the other side. You can kickstand that arm down. Raise that arm up and go over. Or you can give it a nice hug. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Bringing your awareness to the breath, to the opening and the releasing. One more inhale up, and exhale, twist. And release. Let's bring our feet together, the bottoms of our feet. So we got the back of the legs, the sides of the legs. We'll get the inner part of the leg. And from here, you can bring your elbows to your shins if you can, or wherever you are. And again, keep the neck nice and relaxed. You can go ahead and do like this forward fold, but keep the face and the neck nice and relaxed. Good. This is actually really good for sciatica too, believe it or not. Inhale and exhale, release even more. All right, and come back up. And we're going to go into pose of the child, and I'm just going to go over the versions that are available, and you can play with them and decide whenever we go into pose of the child, try something new. So let me demo the different ways you can do it. Pose of the child. You want to kind of bring your heels inside, sorry, bring your hips inside your heels, and you can either come down like this. You could bring your hands out. You can bring your palms together, hands out. All those are different variations of pose of the child. So let's go into pose of the child and get nice and grounded. So go into pose of the child, whatever variation you want. And we're going to take a few breaths here. This is also a pose you can do for 10 minutes. And it really changes your nervous system, really calming to the nervous system.
Amen.
Great. All right. So now we're going to go on to our tabletop position. And we're going to do cat and cow. If you remember, so the cat, of course, is like this, and cow is like this. So we're going to inhale, and we're going to expand our chest, arch our back, look up, exhale, really round the back. You're aiming your belly button towards your spine. Inhale, I'm going to arch the back, look up, open the chest. Exhale, round the back. I'm going to have you do 3 more on your own with your own breath. And when you're done, just come back to neutral tabletop. Looks like everybody's done. So from here, we're going to go ahead and take out our right arm and then lift your left leg back. And we're going to hold here. So we're doing some weight bearing to our arm and leg. We're working on balance. Your core is nice and strong. Good, and release that down. Take a nice grounding centered breath. Then bring out the left arm or the opposite arm. Bring back that right leg. I'm going to hold here. Nice strong leg. Weight bearing. Working on balance. Nice strong core. Good, and release. I'm going to demo what we're going to do next. We're going to do that same pose. And then if you want, you can hold it right here. Or if you want to bend that back leg, reach back and lift. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. So right arm out, left leg back. Find that balance. Nice strong core. If you want, go ahead and bend that back leg. Reach back with that outer. You're going to grab your foot. And then if you can, you're just going to lift up. And release. Bring that hand down. Bring that knee down. Take a nice cleansing breath. Opposite side. Left arm out. Right leg back. Once you're nice and grounded and centered, if you want, bend that back leg. Reach back for that foot and lift up. And release. And let's go into pose of the child. Take some nice grounded cleansing breaths. Good. All right. So let's come up to our knees. We're going to do a back bend, and we're going to open up the thighs here too. If you know these poses and you want to go deeper, feel free to go into it deeper. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our toes underneath. We're going to lift up our right arm up and over. So we're going to open up the pec, and we're going to reach back to that right ankle. And the other arm comes up and over. Nice strong core. Good, and release. We're going to bring the other arm up. Oops, yeah, so the left arm. So now the opposite arm. Up and over, reaching back for that heel. And lifting the other arm up and over. And really opening up that heart space, opening up the chest. Getting a nice strong back. Good, and release. Now, if you want, you can do that again. We'll try both arms. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to end up going back with both arms and lifting up. If you think you're ready for that. If not, we'll go and do singles, okay? So go ahead and reach back with one arm, reach back with the other, or do the one we did previously, and then look up. Bring your hands to your hips and come back up. Come back down, take a nice cleansing breath. And then we're going to go into downward dog. I know a lot of you already know what to do with downward dog. Feel free to go into it. But what we're trying to do with downward dog is become an inverted V. And if we're really tight in the chest, really tight in the hamstrings, we start out as a U, which is okay. We just move from there. And the first thing you want to do is bring your hands out. You bring your hands out, press into the knuckles, the fingers, and the wrist should have it should not have a ton of weight in it. Then you bring your toes under, lift your hips up, and you're aiming your hips to the back wall. You're aiming your heels towards the floor, and you're aiming your chest towards your shoulder. Yes, it's a big opener. Big chest opener, hamstring opener. Feet are hip width apart. Good. Bring your knees back down. And I'm going to demo what we're going to do next. So again, my hands are out. So just watch me as I demo this. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back out. And we're going to get that inverted V as much as we can. And then we're going to lift up one heel and the other heel goes down. So we're going to do a little bit of that. And then I'm going to say we're going to bring the right knee to the opposite side. And then we're going to push back ever so slightly. And then we'll do that on the other side. And then you can kind of go back and forth. All right, so let's get started. Let's go into our downward dog. Bring your hands out. Toes are under. Lift your hips up. Aim them to the back wall. Now lift up one heel and then the other, opening up the hamstrings, opening up the calves. You're still aiming your chest towards your thighs. Good. Now we're going to bring that right knee to the opposite side. We're going to push back ever so slightly, opening that IT band. Good. And the switch. And if you want to go back and forth a little bit, you can feel it opening the low back. Good. I want you to take your feet and walk them towards your hands into a forward fold. And if you want, you can take your hands and hold onto the elbows, opposite elbows, and then go side to side, opening up that low back, opening up even the hamstrings. And then relax your neck fully. Keep your face nice and relaxed. This should feel really good. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice long exhale. And then inhale, it's coming up to standing, bringing your arms out to the side, all the way up. And release the hands down. All right, we're going to do some balancing poses. So balancing poses always require a nice tight core and strength somewhere in the body. So even balancing in life, we need strength, kind of like discipline, if we want balance in our life. So we're going to do an easy, well, I think it's kind of sort of easy. We're going to ground the one leg down. We're going to get the foot nice and grounded. We're going to engage the thigh, engage the core, engage the hip. And when you're ready, lift up that right knee. And then we're going to interlace the fingers. Interlace the fingers by the knee. I'm going to look here, right? And that left ankle is really working. We're working the smaller muscles around that ankle that help us know where we are in time and place, help us balance. Now what I want you to do is set this right foot to the opposite side of the standing foot. And then we're going to do a forward bend, nice and slow, because you're going to feel that opening on that left leg. I know that IT band's thanking you. Good. Release the foot to the opposite side and then come up to standing. Take a nice cleansing, grounding breath, finding that stillness. Good. Now we're going to get the other foot nice and grounded. Engage the thigh, engage the core, engage the hip. Bring up the opposite leg. Interlace the fingers. Find a point of focus with your eyes so that you have stillness in your mind. Good. And then we're going to bring that foot to the opposite side. And you can use something to help you go like this if you're having little problems with that, because you got to start somewhere. From here, we're going to fold, and we're going to hang out here for a few breaths. Those exhales, release. Undo the feet. Come up to standing. Let's bring our hands in prayer position, or it's also a universal sign of peace. It's really nice. And then have it at your heart. Close your eyes, take a few cleansing breaths, nice and grounded. Your awareness, your mind's attention is totally in your body. So I had one of my yoga teachers tell me the other day, or quoting him, that your wisdom flows through a relaxed mind, and we all have innate wisdom. So finding that breath, finding that calmness, and this is where insights are found. Insights are not found, but we get insights. Good, and release the hands down. We're going to do one more balancing pose, and it's tree pose. So when we stand with our hands like this, we're gonna we can move those, and we're gonna bring our foot either to a kickstand position. You can bring it to your calf. You can bring it to your thigh. The one place you don't want to put it is on your knee. You don't want to put pressure there. So wherever you are today, Bring your hands, and here we're going to balance a little bit. We're going to balance that right leg, opening up the hip. And from here, we can grow our tree or we can stay right here. So you can bring your hands up. You can bring them out if you want. And then bring our hands back to our heart space. Bring that foot down. Take a nice cleansing breath. Good. Get that leg nice and grounded, everything engaged, core engaged. Bring that foot where you want it to be today. And bring your hands back to your heart space. Find a point of focus. Grow your tree if you want. Nice. I can really sense the stillness, which is really cool. Good. Bring your hands back. Bring your foot down. Take a nice cleansing breath. So take a nice deep breath in. Exhale the arms down. Inhale the arms up. And then we're going to go into a forward fold. And we're going to walk our feet back into a downward dog. We're going to bring our knees down. So we're almost in tabletop. And we're going to bring the right foot out. So it's somewhat of a lunge. And then we're going to lunge into this. And then this is not a very good alignment. So I'm going to bring that foot out a little bit so I can lunge in. Now I'm opening up. I'm going to turn this way. We're opening up this left hip flexor. So remember we opened up the back, we opened up the side, we opened up the inner thigh. Now we're going to open up this front. And from here, we're going to do a couple things, but we're going to spend a little bit of time. We're going to ragdoll over this right foot. And we're going to go ahead and stretch it out from here. We're going to keep our awareness on the opening of this hip, especially on the exhales. Again, this is an antidote to sitting, which we tend to a lot because we're at our computers. Good. One more breath. Good. And then we're going to just reach our hips back and open up the hamstrings on that right side. Wherever you are, you can be sitting back more. Right now, this feels good for me. But wherever you are, just opening up that hamstring. Exhales, release. Good. Let's bring that leg back. We're going to bring the opposite foot out. And as you lunge in, just make sure that that knee is over the hip, over the ankle. I'm going to stretch this out here. And then we're going to go ahead and ragdoll over. Keeping your awareness in that area that's opening and releasing. Good, and then we're going to bring our hips back, opening up the left hamstring, left calf, wherever you are, where you can get that nice opening. You may be more like this, maybe up, just wherever you feel that nice opening. And the hamstrings are saying, thank you. Good, and bring that knee back, bring that foot back. We're gonna do the opposite side again. I'm just gonna do it a little differently. Bring that foot out. And then we're gonna bring this opposite hand up and over. So now you can feel this opening, wherever that is. So you wanna bring it back to the side, wherever that feels really good. Good, and release. And we'll switch the feet out. I'm gonna turn this way. Bring that arm up and over and back. Releasing this hip. Exhales, release. Good, and then come back. Go into pose of the child. Take a few cleansing breaths. Stay nice and grounded, centered in your own body. Good, come on up. We're gonna go ahead and go onto our backs. We're gonna do boat pose. I'm gonna do a lot of variations for boat pose. So we're gonna keep our back nice and straight. We're not gonna end up like this. We wanna keep our back nice and straight. And the first variation is to come up like this. So it's a lot of core, leg strength. You can let go. You can come out, wherever you are today, and then release. Good, and we'll do it one more time. So wherever you are, we're gonna count 3 breaths. All right, so find your boat pose today. I'm gonna do 3 breaths here. And release. I want you to go ahead and roll back. If you know this is okay on your back, roll back a few times. This is nice and relaxing for the nervous system. Good, and then we're gonna go ahead and go onto our backs. This would be upward facing Shavasana or easy pose, not easy pose, a relaxation pose. Oh, we're almost there. I want you to keep that left leg nice and straight. Bring up your right knee. Interlace the fingers by the right knee and bring that leg in to that rib cage. Rotate the ankle one way and then the other. As long as you don't have too much ankle pain, because I think we've got Dwayne on here. Good. Now I want you to take your opposite hand and to the opposite knee and bring it over your body. And then as much as you can, you want to keep that opposite shoulder on the ground, and you can press onto that knee. You can take that hand that's out there and reach out. And then come back. Hug that knee again in. Lift that foot straight up. Give it another little tug there. Not by the knee, just maybe above or below. And then bring that leg back down. Take a nice cleansing, grounding breath. Bring up that left knee or the opposite knee. Bring that into that rib cage. Circle the ankle one way. And then the other way. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Good, and you take the opposite hand, take that knee over the opposite side. Bring that other arm out. You can press on that knee, open up that hip, reach that hand out. Good. Bring that knee back in. Give it a nice hug. Bring that foot straight up to the ceiling. Give it another little stretch. And bring that leg all the way down. And again, bring your shoulder blades down your back. This will be the final Shavasana. Bring the palms up, heels together, toes apart. And once again, we're going to bring our mind and our awareness to our breath. I'm going to sit up. So we can always find grounded and centeredness and present moment by coming to any sensation in the body. So that's why we use the breath a lot, because we always have access to it. We can always feel the inhale and the exhale. And they know scientifically that if you do that 3 times with the exhale, even slightly longer, that you start to change your physiology and you start to change the area of the brain that deals with stress. And then we're going to do a little bit of a body scan. That's something that's really good to do. This is something really good to do before you go to sleep. If you have problems sleeping, we bring a lot of tension to our sleep, to going to bed. Like there's just so much going on. So I'm going to have you start with awareness at the top of your head, and then we're slowly going to go down. And that awareness is going to come. And when you feel something, just note it. If you feel tension, just let it release. So awareness at the top of the head, and bring it all the way down the face, the back of the head, the neck. Bring your awareness to your shoulders, to the shoulder blades. Bring your awareness to the front of your heart space. Bring your awareness all the way down the trunk of your body, front, side, and back. And then slowly bring your awareness down to your hips, down the front of the legs, the sides of the legs, the back. Bring your awareness down the lower legs. Awareness into the ankles, into the feet. Any of those areas that need to be released, release. And I want you to send a little extra love and wonderful words to the parts of your body that have been giving you difficulty or that you don't love. But send love anyway. I want you to get an awareness of the whole of your body. You can even get awareness an inch or so off your body. So your awareness is fully in your whole of your body. And then I want you to take 5 breaths. So an inhale and an exhale is 1. And as you inhale, you're going to inhale something that you're totally grateful for. And then you're going to exhale that gratitude out into the world. So on your own, 5 breaths. And when you're done, come up to sitting. Let's go check on everybody. All right, so I learned a new mudra today, and mudras are, you've seen people do certain things with their hands, and they evoke certain moods and things like that. So there's this mudra that is it's to help alleviate the fear of the future. And what it is you bring your left hand up, the right hand palms it, then the right thumb comes over, and then the left thumb comes over. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to do it again. Left hand, and then you put that over your heart space, and that's how you breathe. Left hand, the right hand comes behind it, thumbs cross, place it at your heart space, and breathe. So that's a mudra to help with the fear of the future. So that's something you can obviously do on your own. And I'm going to say thank you for joining me. I'm going to end the recording here.